What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Enhypen's second album, Romance Untold. This is their second full-length album, but still pretty short, 26 minutes, but 9 songs, one of which is just an English, redo version. So pretty short, and I think at this point, Enhypen pretty well established as one of the signature male K-pop groups of the time. Right now, certainly one of the most dominant and successful groups amidst the BTS hiatus. I think of Enhypen the way I think of TXT and Stray Kids. All three of those groups just really successful, really popular right now. With Enhypen, I really enjoyed the darker, moodier, more conceptual albums they did with their early work. And I think with the case of their second album, Romance Untold, it's still pretty good, pretty catchy, fun to listen to. But I think it's less interesting conceptually. It's a little bit more down the middle, definitely more straightforward when it comes to the music. Largely all R&B slash synth pop music. There's nothing really on par with their big hit Bite Me from a few albums ago. That's definitely the Enhypen I think of, the Hypen I like the most. So they're not really doing that right now, which is okay because I think what they're doing, even if it's a bit more boilerplate, it's done at a pretty high level. The vocal harmonies are fun, the production is strong, the choruses for the most part are pretty sticky. So it's not my preferred version, but it's still pretty good. I think that just speaks to why Enhypen is such a big group, is that they have a pretty high floor even when they're doing kind of just trend chasing stuff. The first song, Moonstruck, definitely an all R&B song, pulsing bass, noticeable drum line. I think this singing is pretty silky, pretty smooth. I like the chorus, nice vocal harmony on that. It's a solid song. The next song, EXO, Only If You Say Yes, which has an English version at the end of the track list. This is, the title track, the big single thus far. Interesting, clipping effect in the beginning that then kind of use on the hook, like a clipping, sound effect as if the track is skipping. I think on the hook, it does a good job of masking the fact that the hook's a bit underwritten for my taste, but I enjoy the funky guitar line on EXO overall. Your Eyes Only, more noticeable drum thus far, but we're really kind of in the same range throughout the beginning of this album. Tempo progressing with verse 1, I think is pretty enjoyable. I like the vocal variety from all the guys singing, and even if the chorus is just okay, this is definitely the most interesting song musically of the first three. 100 Broken Hearts, I think that song's just fine, didn't really do a whole lot for me, but the next song brought the heat back. This is definitely the first banger on the album. Great bass, very up-tempo, and more of a dance pop song than the all R&B we've been getting in the beginning of the album. And notably, it's produced by Circuit, who produced Bite Me, so maybe it makes sense that why I like it so much. The next song, Paranormal, you kind of have the drums spazzing more than they do anywhere else on the album. Stands out as kind of an outlier, I guess, in that regard, but the guitar line's still pretty cool. The line delivery on the chorus is almost kind of like an emo pop, dabbling, a bit different. And the next song, Royalty, I think is probably the best song on the album. It's definitely this one with Brought the Heat Back. The acoustic strumming really stands out. The way the drums drop in and then the vocal delivery on top of that, I just think it's very catchy, but also very summery. I really enjoy Royalty. And then at the end there, we have Highway 1009, which is a slowdown song, closer type, pretty common on the end of K-pop albums. But honestly, I think the guitar is pretty good. The singing's honestly a little bit varied. It's not just kind of like a basic ballad. So I thought it was bad. Either way, Enhypen, Romance Untold, not my favorite of their releases. I definitely liked the Blood series just from a conceptual point of view a lot more, just more interesting, stands out as something unique to them. This album doesn't really do that too much for me, but like I said, Enhypen as a group have just a pretty solid talent level that they can hang and entertain enough when they're doing more basic stuff. So yeah, let me know. What'd you think of Enhypen's latest album, Romance Untold? Does this live up to the fact that it's billed as their second album? What did you think? And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.